Hey, so we're gonna use the house box frame a little different tonight. I have a ton of cutouts in front of me, so let's get going so that we can get these all painted up. So I have a Santa cutout with all the trimmings. Literally everything that you could think goes with the Santa goes on the Santa. So it's a lot. I realize that. But hopefully y'all will hang out with me while I paint this up, and you are gonna love how it turns out, I think. So we're gonna paint the entire background of this cute little Santa cutout with red. I'm just using cheapo apple barrel paint tonight. I didn't want to mix up all of these colors with paste, so I just pulled out some paint that I have. And then that way I can just paint them and get moving. All right. So I am painting the entire background of this Santa because he's going to be completely covered with all of his little parts and pieces. But of course his suit needs to be red. So I want the suit part to be really vibrant. So I'm making sure to go over that really well. I'm just kind of doing a base coat on the rest of them because it's all going to be covered. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be painted. But I do like to paint my entirety of my cutouts even underneath. Just because if you place it slightly off, you don't want to see unfinished wood under there. Okay, now I'm going to let that simmer. Okay, and then there's a little tongue piece right here that's supposed to be red. And I have a little cheat sheet too. Because there's so many pieces. And once I complete this project, I will post the photo of it. So you can use it as a cheat sheet too if you end up, whenever you order this. So that you know where all the little pieces go, because it can be confusing. I will try my best whenever I package it together for you, that I put it in the right way, in the right like positions. But if I do not, if that doesn't happen for you, or you don't understand it, I will provide you a photo. Okay, so you'll have that. It'll be in my VIP. This little Christmas tree has snow. There's lots of white pieces on this. So let's go ahead and tackle the white next. I am using the little pieces of makeup sponges that I have, and these work awesome, especially on these little cutouts that have a bunch of parts and pieces. Hi Joni, hey Karen, hi Stephanie. Hi Brooke and Mary, how are you ladies? Hey Jan. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Autumn. Okay. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Hey, Michelle. All right. And for this part, I'm just using some white acrylic paint that I have. Again, I didn't want to mix up every one of these colors with chalk paste to use as paint because it's a lot. I thought it would just be easier to not do that tonight. So I think that was a good choice. Okay. Now I did put all of these on the board based on the color. Like I'm using some painter's tape on my piece of cardboard to hold it down, and that helps a lot in painting these little pieces to keep you from making a huge mess on your hands. And I lined them up like with which ones are going to be which color, because if not, y'all, I would be a mess trying to paint all these individual pieces. So highly recommend that. Organize yourself before you start painting so that you don't mispaint something and have to go back and repaint it. Isn't this great? And no, it's not my idea at all. So don't credit me for that. Hi, Bev. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Hey, Lori. Sorry, my hair is like making me hot. I've been running around, so I'm like a little bit warm right now. Okay. You know that feeling? I just hate having hair on my neck whenever I'm like a little bit warm. Okay. And the weather here is just stupid, y'all. It was storming so bad today. We lost power for just over an hour this morning while I was on a call. Luckily, I wasn't sharing my screen, but it just went out with, I had no idea when it was going to come back. It was storming so bad. And then I realized that I have a Wi-Fi card that I can use. And so I was able to just pull my laptop off of my docking station thing and actually get a little bit of work done while the lights were out. So that was good. Glad I realized that. It took me a minute to even realize that I even have that capability. Okay, so I'm gonna set the white aside because I probably missed something. Who knows if I did or not. But yeah, Jan, it makes life so much easier using these little makeup sponges. And it does really good coverage. Plus, it's no mess. And with acrylic paint, you can just let it dry and chop it off. As you can see, I've used this one a few times. That white one I used a couple times also. And just cut off the end and throw it away and then reuse it. And it works awesome. I love it. It makes my life about 1,000,000 times easier. Not having to clean 1,000,000 brushes every night is great. Although for some things I do prefer a brush. I do have a couple brushes out tonight because I am going to use a brush for a few little things. So don't completely get rid of your brushes yet. Alright, let me see. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything here. I am going to go over the white again and possibly the red depending on how good that one turns out. Now I have my gray and I'm just looking for a small paintbrush. I have, oh, that one has glitter all in it. So Santa might have some glittery shoes. So, maybe. Which, I'm not opposed to that. Okay? Maybe he's got a fancy streak, you know? Alright. And then, just trying to see what else we have here. So, I do have, I think that was all, oh, right. I guess I do need to pour, I didn't pour this one into a thing because I was thinking I wasn't going to need to, but I will. And I'm just using color trays, okay, for my paint. And then whenever I get done, I'll take a brush and I'll just sweep it back into the containers that they came in, okay? So we're gonna do gray. So we're using this Transfer Freaking Jolly. Lit as a Christmas tree is the one that we're gonna use, okay? And I do have cutouts for that. It is included whenever you comment lit, L-I-T, as part of the cutout bundle that you get with this whole thing, okay? So it comes with everything that you need. All you have to do is provide your own paint or paste, okay? I think I'm gonna need another, I don't think I've done this many colors at once. It's a little nerve-wracking to use so many at the same time, but I need another. Let's see if I have one over here. A little makeup sponge to the rescue. Here we go. Hi Sharon, how are you? Hey Milta. So as you can see, well you can't see, but as you can see, this top part is hard, okay? Because I used it with white paint, okay? Oops, I trimmed that little piece off and then I threw it on the floor over there, so can't see it now, but I did trim it off so I can use it again. We're gonna use it for green now for our tree. And again, just apple barrel paint, the cheapest stuff you can buy at Walmart, really works really well. I do really like chalk paint too. I use a lot of chalk paints, but for basic colors, I just bought apple barrel because I'm not trying to, oh no, I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Bev, you might have to re-comment. Give me 1 second. I didn't even attach this post because I don't know what I'm doing here, y'all. I'm telling you all the time. I don't know what I'm doing. Bev, if you don't mind recommenting the word lit, and Eileen, same for you. You should get a message this time. Sorry about that. Anywho, so yeah, this paint works great, and it's the cheapest stuff you can get. And literally for little bottles, it's like $1.98, and it works great. Plus, for cutouts, you barely use any paint, anyways. I mean, I squirted a ton in there because I couldn't get the bottles to squirt. So I'm gonna have like, I mean, this is a ton of paint in here. It's ridiculous, actually. Okay, so, oh, yeah, I see where I missed some gray that I needed to do. So we're gonna use the house box frame tonight. Whenever you comment lit, you'll get the link for all of this stuff. You can pick and choose what you want, or if you want to get the whole bundle and get the transfer. And all the transfer, of course, has multiple designs on it, so you could use it for many, many projects, more than just this one. And it will be going away soon. I'm actually really surprised a lot of the Christmas stuff is still up right now. Okay. Hey, Alma. Oh, that's a good idea, Marsha. Clip it with a clothespin and then you don't get any paint on you, like, at all. That's a really smart idea. I might have to see if I can find some clothespins somewhere. I don't have any regular size ones. I have some mini ones. Oh, I do have somewhere. Those little pink clips from Dollar Tree would probably work good too. I don't know where, I think they're behind me, but that's okay. I'll try that next time. And then I literally won't get paint everywhere, and that will be the day, because I can't have anything nice around here. Can't keep my nails done for anything. Although I do like the Sally Hansen fake gel nail polish. It's like just regular nail polish, but it lasts for days. Which normal nail polish on me, it chips immediately. I don't know if that's the same for everyone. But it doesn't last hardly at all for me. And so, I mean, literally just a little while after I paint my nails with regular polish, it's chipping off. But this Sally Hansen actually lasts for several days. Joanne, you're funny. Well, I'm glad, because you've got a lot of stuff coming your way now, my friend. All right. Better get busy. All right. I think we're good there. I'm just looking to see what else I'm missing. I need yellow over here. Another little bit of yellow here. Let me move that over there so I know. And then some, now this is where we're going to use a little paintbrush, because I'm going to use Dune for this little guy's face right here. Now there are tons of pieces to this, okay? But when it comes together, you guys are going to be shocked. Uh-oh. I think I messed up there. Yeah, I did. We're going to have to go back over his eyebrows. See? Only reason I know that is because I put it together earlier, anticipating that I wasn't going to know what I was doing during my live, and then here we are. So, that's okay. Luckily, it's just Dune on there, and we can just paint right over it. All right, and then I'll grab a little bit of white for his little unibrow here. I think his hat covers up part of his eyebrows. I'm pretty sure. Okay, now I have my little, so I only have a couple of decent small brushes. I really need to go back to Dollar Tree and get some more of the little ones like this. I just love this paintbrush. It's tiny and it's got short hairs on it that are not too long. And I'm realizing, well, I guess I can do his mouth and his nose can be pink. So use peony for that. Yes, I hear you, Joanne, and I'm sorry. I try to put them on the same sheet if I can fit them all, so that you can figure it out. But if it goes with the transfer, most of the time what I do is I take the transfer out, or I look at a picture of the transfer, and that helps me to figure out what pieces are what. Especially like those Christmas cottage cutouts. My goodness, that is ridiculously a lot of stuff. It's too much. Okay. It's very overwhelming and I apologize for that. But it's worth it in the end whenever you get it all put together because they're super cute. Alright. Just going to use a little bit of, whoa, that was more than a little bit, of Bumblebee paste for the yellow stuff. Hopefully we can do one layer. His little belt buckle and his shoe buckles are all going to be Bumblebee. I do like all these little individual pieces though, because whenever you paint them all separately, they're all perfectly done. And then you go to put it together and it's like a professional did it. You know what I mean? So that is exciting to me. It's the little things, I'm telling you. Well, good luck to you. Maybe you can send me a picture and I can help you. Hopefully. I don't even know anymore. I'd have to probably look at the transfer to try and figure it out. Sometimes though, whenever I'm pulling stuff off my laser, y'all, I have no idea what pieces are. I keep all of the little pieces because I don't know what's what. Now, there are some little Christmas balls here. We're going to do, I'm going to just paint them a few different colors. Like slate rose. And I have some Tide here that I thought would be nice. I'm not going to do a bunch of different colors. I'll probably do 3 different colors. Okay. Getting myself stuck to my board here. Well, I'm glad that you are enjoying it, Joanne. I truly am so happy to hear that. And then, you know, I just love this midnight, shimmer moonlight. I don't know what I'm saying here. So we'll use that one for the last 2 little Christmas bulbs. Ooh, this one's such a good color, y'all. This one paints so nicely. I just love it. And then just have a couple little things left. Just the little base of the tree. So I do have some bark here. And I just use literally this Dollar Tree brush is so great. I really need chalk to come up with some smaller brushes. And then they would be rivaling this one, but that one is awesome for a tiny brush. Hi Janice, how are ya? Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of gray and do the top of my little Christmas bulbs, like the little metal piece, you know? Because it's the small details that matter the most, I think. All right. I think we might be good paint-wise, okay? I know that was a lot. These are a ton of pieces, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Let us go over to working on the cutouts and the transfer and getting all this stuff put together, and then y'all are gonna freak whenever you see everything put together here. Okay, so let me grab my light. If I can keep it not tangled, okay? And then, by the way, if you get this one, you can just hold the power button on it to turn it up brighter, okay? I realized that by accident the other day, and that is very handy. So I am just going to wax all of these pieces. Every last one of them has the transfer to go with them, okay? And again, this is from the Freaking Jolly transfer. And there are 6 total designs on this, okay? Hi, Laura. How are ya? Okay, let me see if we can grab that. And then we're gonna start putting this together and it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so this transfer right here is what we're gonna use tonight. I am gonna fuzz it really well, okay? I don't want it to pull up my paint. I want it to look perfect at the end, right? So make sure that you fuzz really well and that you do wax. Don't put too much wax. And then use your light to line it up, okay? And I have shimmer shadow that I'm going to use for the words. I'm hoping, if I can speak, that would be nice too, that this will show up okay on the gray. Hopefully it will. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh yeah. I love this too because this word is a little bit retro looking, the font on it. And I'm digging it. Okay, so let's do this part. And then we do have 2 sets of lights that come with this bundle. And I'll show you in just a minute exactly the fun way that we're going to use that bad boy. Those bad boys, I guess I should say. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. Lit as a Christmas tree, my friends. All right, now, I'm not going to wash this transfer in between, okay? So I'm a bad girl. Hopefully, it will turn out good, okay? Now, I don't usually recommend you do that because it's not a good practice, okay? But here we are. I'm being bad, misbehaving all the time. Literally, I'm not going to use forest. I think it's too dark. Well, maybe I will. I pulled out 5 colors, and I had a plan here, but apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. Are there yellow Christmas lights? I don't know if there are. Tell me if there are yellow, and if there are, then I'll use Bumblebee too. Okay. I can't think about it in my head at this very moment in time. So we're gonna start with the colors of the bulbs, okay? I'm gonna try and move quickly. And actually, I'm not gonna start with the colors of the bulbs. I'm gonna start with the wire first, and I'm just gonna use Shimmer Shadow for the wire, okay? And that way, it's not gonna dry as fast as the paste will. So then I can just pull up the paste, or pull up the transfer, and the paste will not hopefully be dry because it's shimmer, and it takes a minute to dry fully, okay? So whenever you're thinking about your project, make sure you plan your colors, okay? Okay, we're gonna use yellow then. Perfect, thank you, Brooke. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so we did Shimmer Moonlight for the first one. We'll do Bumblebee for our next one. We will do Candy Apple. Hi, Janelle. How are ya? Welcome, welcome, my friend. All right. Slate Rose. And we're gonna have to do the same colors on the other one too, okay? So keep that in mind. And then Tide on the last one. And then let's get this sucker pulled up before it's dry. Looks pretty good. Okay, so there's our first set of lights. And then I'm just gonna use the same, I'm gonna go right back. You know, this is gonna be messy, but I flipped it so that I could see it a little better because it's kind of hard to tell from the front side because there's paste on it, because I did not clean it. Okay, so start with the wire. And then we do all of our bulbs. So we're gonna start with, maybe we'll start with Tide because it's already dirty. Put Tide on it. Okay. And then we will go to Slate Rose. Trying all the while to stay away from that Shimmer Shadow. Make sure that you have a smaller squeegee or multi-tool, a detail tool to use. If you have a mini squeegee, you could cut it in half, and that's about the same size as a multi-tool, okay? I'm here with the tips. All right, so now on to our Bumblebee Yellow. And then lastly, Shimmer Moonlight. Okay. And let's see how we did. Not too shabby, I will say. Not perfect, but not horrible either. So I think that's a win for the not washing the transfer in between club. All right. Now I am going to close up all of my paste here because I don't want it to dry out, okay? You don't want to leave it open too long because it will, like my Tide has gotten kind of thick. I need to add some water to it and stir it really well. But you could potentially waste a whole jar, okay, by doing that. Make sure if you do add water that you only add distilled water. And you can use a multi-tool to stir really well and get into the corners of the jar, okay? And it will fit, that multi-tool fits perfectly in the corners of the jar. Now, I'm a mess. I am like covered in paint somehow. So I'm gonna try and clean up a little bit before I go on and start putting this whole thing together so I don't spread paint all over the place. And yeah, I definitely need to try your clothespin hack, Marcia, because my fingers are dirty from using those makeup sponges. Although, I will take dirty fingers any day rather than having to wash every brush that I own every night, okay? All right, here we go. So, I'm gonna let those settle and dry right over here, okay, while we put these all together. Now, let's start with Santa, okay? So, I do have a little cheat sheet because I need it, okay? So I'm gonna just set him, I'm gonna set everything on him first because that helps me figure out how he goes, okay? So there's that. Here's his hat, okay? And his face is there. And his mouth. The inside of his mouth. His tongue. He looks like Santa in a onesie right now. Look. Santa in a onesie, in case if you were wondering how that looks. That's what he looks like before he gets dressed. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to like get all of his pieces in the right place here. And I know I was not on camera putting this together, but it's kind of difficult to be holding him. Now, I'm not gluing him down yet. I'm just setting everything in place so that I can go back and glue one at a time and not have the fear that I have it wrong. Okay, I want to make sure that I have everything painted correctly before I start gluing it, in case if I have to do an emergency paint. And then I can do that and we can all pretend like I didn't make a mistake, okay? And then he's got shoes and his little bottoms of his boots. Just like that. And there are tons of pieces here. So I do the outer ones first and then the insert ones go inside, obviously. So that to me is easier. But whenever you get this, I do recommend that you try and put it together, or like whenever you go to do it, put it together first, and then you can take it apart to paint it, and you'll know what the pieces are then, okay? It'll make it much easier for you whenever you, before you paint, and to put it together. Basically, all of these, with a bunch of pieces, I always try to make sure that I do that first, so that I know. And I know if I'm missing pieces, okay? Because it could be extremely common that I leave out a piece on accident that I send to you, okay? So, oh, you know what I need to do? One last little thing. Let me find a tiny brush. So he's got eyeballs here, but he needs just like a dot of white. And this brush has some stray hairs and it's pretty annoying. Okay, that'll do. So we'll put it in his eyes. He looks like he's, I don't know, demented or something right now without his eyeballs in, but you know. And then his mustache. All right, he's starting to look like a real normal guy. And I just dropped a piece of his shoe on the ground, so probably why you should do this on a flat surface. All right. Enough fooling around here. Let me get all of these off of here, and then I can move this thing out of the way and keep him flat, because I'm gonna end up losing a ton of pieces if I don't. All right. So now I've got him all the way put together. Now we have the tree too. Oh, his eyeballs. Oh gosh. All right. Now, my little tree, we have snow for the tree, okay? So we can go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing. We'll start gluing with the tree because I feel like that's gonna be easier. Now it would be really nice on this tree, so a little bit of Shimmer Frost paste for the snow. And I'm just using my regular super glue that I always use. And then I'm just gonna place my little Christmas bulbs all over. Okay. All right, and then my little star at the top. Just like so. All right, so now, hi Diane, hey Melissa, welcome ladies, how are you? All right, so now we can start working on gluing Santa. So I'm gonna start easy first. I think his feet will probably be the smart place to begin. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this outer part of his shoe first. And then I can do the inner, and then I can just drop that little piece in there with a little bit of glue on it. So I'm just getting a tiny bit of glue and like spreading it with the tip of the glue gun thing, I mean the hot glue thing. And trying not to get glue all over the place, but I just made an error just now. So hopefully that glue is not going to mess up my paint or I have to touch it up, because if it does, that might be a problem for me. Wow, I'm a mess. As usual, what's new, right? Okay. Alright. And yeah, Sue, I'm really excited about this too. Whenever I first saw this project, I was like, oh man. So this is not my idea. This actually came from one of my designer friends, and I told her immediately, I have to do that. That is like right now. I must do it immediately, and she just laughed at me. All right. All right, so tell me, do y'all have plans for Christmas? What are you doing? Are you going out of town? Are you staying in? Does everyone come to you? Tell me the scoop of what you're planning. I am not going anywhere. Chris and I will be here. I might even do a live on Christmas. I might. I don't know for sure yet, but it is a possibility. Oops. All right. Goodness. And do you have any traditions? Like, we always do Christmas Eve with my grandparent, or with my mom's family and my dad's family, and then on Christmas morning, then that's our personal family stuff. So like, when Ivy was growing up, we would do our regular Christmas morning with her on Christmas Day, and we'd go to my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve, or my aunt's, or whoever's house, whoever was hosting it that year, you know. Okay. Now, this one might be, I'm gonna do his outer face first. I'm gonna actually try to keep his mouth right there where it's at. Hopefully I'm not gonna regret that choice. Just set him down right there, and then I can come back with his face and his nose and all that good stuff. His eyeballs. Let me put those in because he's looking a little back to kind of crazy looking. Alright. Here we go. We are nearly there. Let's see, his nose. And then we can fit his beard in, I mean his mustache in around his nose. Okay. And then his hat. that. Anyway, you can comment the word lit, L-I-T, to get all the stuff to make this. All right, there's my little Santa. Look how great he looks, all layered up. Ooh, I love that. 11 grandkids, my goodness. Awesome. New Year's Day, that's always a good time to do it too. I love it. 7 fish, yes. So, I saw you post about that, or I saw someone tell you that you weren't going to do fish. Are you doing fish this year, Laura? I want to know, because I'm nosy. I know you broke your arm, so I want to know. Let me see. So here's my plan, okay? The Christmas lights are going to go on top of the house, just like this. Okay, up here on both sides. That's why we have 2 of them. I have my glue gun ready and waiting. So I'm going to just throw a couple little dots of glue on here and put that bad boy right there. Same thing with this one. I love it. Go into your kid's house. I love that we can pass that on. Like, it's not the parents that do all the prep and the cleanup and all that good stuff anymore. I'm loving that. Hi, Sandra. How are ya? Okay, and then I just want to figure out how this is going to sit before I glue anything down. I think my... Oh, no. Shoot. Alright, I need to do a little bit of a touch-up here. Have a bit of an issue. Nothing a little extra paint won't solve. Okay, so, I'll just use this one. Well, let me see. I'm going to glue down my tree first. Oh, maybe not. Put it right there. And then it just clicks right in to the base. Just like that. Okay. And then my Santa. Is right about there. It's perfect. This is so cute. And it's like he's announcing himself to the world. Hopefully he won't be driving his sleigh intoxicated this year. Hopefully none of you will be driving your sleighs intoxicated. Please get a DD. I love you and I want to see you all back here. All right. Now, or stay the night, my goodness. Whoever's hosting has a couch that you can sober up on, I'm sure. Okay, so here's my finished project. What do y'all think? I hope that you love it, love it, love it. You can comment the word lit to get all of the supplies to make this project, including the little Santa, the Christmas tree, the box frame, and the cutouts for lit as a Christmas tree. And I hope you guys had fun tonight. Thank you for joining me. I know this was a long one, but I really appreciate you. So we'll talk soon. I'm here if you have any questions, okay? See ya.